Congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, first of all, that must have been amazing to win, period, but in your hometown of Chicago, that must have been incredible.
You know, it's, I believe in full circle moments. And, you know, I played 13 amazing seasons in LA, and it was just time to go home. And so, talk to my parents, and to be able to play basketball where you first started, like where people saw you first pick up and dribble and followed your career. I mean, my high school coach was there, my mom and dad were there, my daughter was there, so it was just, like, unbelievable feeling.
How old were you when you first started? Did you love it right away?
So I actually thought I was gonna be like Mia Hamm, like a soccer player. That's how I grew up, and then, like, I kept growing, and my parents broke me the news that, like, they haven't seen very many 6'4" soccer players, so they crushed that dream. Then I toyed with volleyball for a while. Around 13, I fell in love with basketball. Like, it was like, I was scheduling, like, we had prom, and I was like, all right, so I can take the first flight out to this basketball tournament after prom. Like, I fell in love with it. Fell in love with the game.
And you obviously were a natural. It wasn't like you had to work at it. You were just good.
Well, I tried to be like my older brothers. I grew up with them, and so I just followed everything they did. They're 8 and 11 years older than me, so we would go to the park, and I would have pigtails, and they would take their shirts off, and I would try to take my shirt off, you know? And it was at that moment where it's like, I thought Mom and Dad said I could do anything my brothers did, so I was a little disappointed, but...
I just learned that we tried to get you on the show. 15 years ago, you were the first woman to...
You're telling my age, Ellen.
Well,
I don't like it.
No. So you were 3 years old.
I was 3.
You were 3?
Yep. I was 3 years old.
So you were the first person to dunk in college basketball.
Thank you.
And we tried to get you on the show, and you couldn't leave school or something.
Yeah, my parents wouldn't let me. I was like, Mom, Dad, it's Ellen. Like, they were like, but you have a test, and you can't go. So, yeah, I was, my parents, you know, killed my dream again.
Yeah,
but,
again.
Hey.
But the point is that they're saying, people are suggesting that they should lower the rim for women's basketball, and you don't agree with that.
Shaq is the main one that started this whole conversation. You know, obviously I've had a couple things to say to him on our TV show, but no, I think, you know, women have been denied the opportunity to play basketball and to play sports for so long. Title IX is coming up 50 years in 2022. I just think you need time to catch up. Now we're seeing more girls and more women dunking, we're seeing more athleticism, and I think that comes from opportunity. I mean, in 1991, I think in Iowa, they were still playing half court. Like, women weren't allowed to go full court. It was just too strenuous.
Wow.
So, yeah, so, like, give us a second, give us a beat, and we'll catch up.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Two things. You are, you know, your name is thrown around a lot as the GOAT of women's basketball, which I tend to agree. It seems like you are.
Thank you, Ellen.
And then it must, you know, that so many young people are motivated by you. That must keep you motivated to see, you know, that you're influencing so many young people.
Well, first and foremost, my daughter is 12 years old, and believe me now, with YouTube and social media and everything like that, like, she can check and make sure that I'm doing everything that I'm teaching her. So she is, like, literally on YouTube, like, Mom, remember that lesson? Well, you didn't really do that here. And I'm like, well, thanks. But I think it is a huge responsibility, especially as a woman, and especially for young girls and boys. I think it's so important for both to see women in leadership positions and see women out there successful and doing what they love. And, you know, that kind of sparked, we came out with a woman's shoe, my shoe, it's called Ace. And it's basically an entire line for people. It's not women selling women's shoes to women, it's women that are in leadership positions selling to everybody.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Just like men's shoes are not for,
Yes.
that's fantastic.
For everybody, so important.
Well, before we go, you've been 14 years now. You've been, what do you think? You're going to keep playing, or how many more years? I got to ask.
Ellen, I have a circle of friends that at the beginning of my career, I was like, hey, so if I look crazy out there, like, it's your job to tell me it's time to, like, shut it down. They have not said that yet, but I think when it comes where it's, like, time to put the shoes up and do something else, I'll know when it's time. And so I haven't had time to breathe this year, but once I do, I'll think about it and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, you'll know it. You'll know when it's time. Well, it was so nice meeting you. You're
Thank you.
fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I appreciate it.
We'll be right back.